Hi, if you're thinking about hiring a financial advisor, stay tuned because in this video, I'm going to share my 5-step formula for choosing your ideal advisor. But first, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Patricia Stallworth. I'm the CEO of PS Worth, a financial planning and education firm where we help mid-career professionals and entrepreneurs to achieve their life goals. And I'm also the author of Minding Your Money. Now let's dive in. Step number one, determine the type of help you need. This could be anything from just a few burning questions that you want to get answered so you can move forward. It could mean that you have a specific life event like retirement or a divorce or something like that, and you need some help with that particular event. Or it could even mean that you want more of a comprehensive plan, something that's going to take all the different facets of your life into consideration. So along those same lines, is this going to be a relationship that's going to be short term, or is this going to be a long-term relationship that you're looking for? So once you make those decisions, let's go to step number two. And step number two is really to decide on 3 to 5 advisors to interview and then have a list of questions that you ask each one. Having that same list of questions that you ask each one is important because then you'll be able to actually compare answers at the end of the day. I will post a link below with some resources for you to find advisors. There's always the Ask Friends and Family, but beyond that, there are some resources that I can share with you to find advisors, as well as a list of some typical questions that you might want to ask. And you may have some special questions of your own, but these are just some general questions that you can include in asking as you're interviewing the various advisors. So, but in general, things that you're going to want to know, number one is, do they offer the type of service that you're looking for? Do they work with clients like you? Do they have any kind of specific minimums that they're really looking at? For example, some advisors will have a minimum net worth or a minimum amount of assets that you can invest. So you want to know those things upfront before you get too far into the conversation. You're also going to want to know how they work with clients. In other words, are they going to work with you directly, or are you going to be working with someone else in their firm? You're also going to want to know how they're compensated and what the fee structure is. And most importantly, you're going to want to know if they're a fiduciary. And that's a really it's an odd term, but it's a really important term because being a fiduciary means that they're obligated to put your best interest first. And so that's going to be a really good question to ask as you're going through these interviews. So that'll take you through step number two. Step number three. Step number three is to check out their credentials. Now, this is one of those areas where I know it can be tempting sometime to maybe skip this, especially if they were highly recommended. It's like, I don't need to do that, but you do. Don't skip that step. You want to make sure that there's nothing outstanding, even on somebody who is highly recommended. So you want to make sure BrokerCheck is going to be one of those resources. I'll also list some other resources in the below in a link below. Step number 4, this is where you step back and you take a gut check. And when I say a gut check, that means when you were talking to or interviewing these various advisors, how did they make you feel? Did you feel comfortable? Do you think you could actually share some of your personal stuff, some of your money stuff you may not have shared with anyone else with this person? Did you feel that comfortable? Or was it a situation where you felt like they were talking at you and not to you? And we've all been in that situation where we've had someone who was trying to sell us something or something like that. And we could tell that they were not just genuinely interested in working with us. They were just trying to sell their product or service. So take that gut check and then make sure that you feel comfortable in that situation. Step number 5, make a decision and get something in writing. So this could be something that could go on and on and on forever, but eventually just stop, make a decision. And when you do make that decision, make sure you get something in writing so that you understand, number one, what your responsibilities are. And your responsibilities can range anywhere from showing up to meetings on time and or giving them complete information so they can complete a plan for you, or any number of different things. So make sure you understand what your responsibilities are. Also, make sure you understand what the planner or advisor's responsibilities are. What are they supposed to do? And what is the time frame that you're looking at working with them to get this accomplished? And finally, what are the costs? Make sure that you understand all of the costs associated with this. It could just be a one-time fee. It could be a series of fees. You want to make sure, that you understand all the things that you're going to be responsible for in terms of costs. So there you have it, my 5-step formula for choosing your ideal advisor. If you have any additional questions, please don't hesitate to reach out. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.